Today I've fished at Harthill Reservoir. It's on the outskirts of Sheffield. Now it's only probably about 15 to 20 minutes drive from where I live, but incredibly I've never actually fished this venue, and I cannot believe that I've never actually been here because it's full of the biggest carp or match carp that I've ever probably fished for. It's been a fantastic session, this. The person who put me onto this were Andy Kinder, and he's fished quite a few matches here, and the matches, they always catch a good stamp of carp. And today I've had carp probably up to 15, maybe even 16 pound. I owe Andy big time for putting me on this venue. We've come here today to fish with the new 12-foot Acolyte commercial feeder rod. And boy, have they been absolutely brilliant for dealing with these bigger size fish. The reservoir's really low, the water level's probably 6 to 8 metres down on what it should normally be at this time of year. And we've had a terrific dry spell where we've not had hardly any rain whatsoever. Of course, this morning we turned up here at Hartel and it was throwing it down. So the spell of no rain ended very quickly. But through the day it's cleared up and the fishing has been really good. It's been an overcast type day, quite a bit of wind on the water. I've virtually had the lake to myself. I think there's only been one other angler here. So it's been a fantastic session for testing rods. This 12-foot rod completes the range. We've now got a 9-foot, a 10, 11 and a 12-foot Acolyte commercial feeder rod. And they are exactly what you want for these type of venues. Now this is a rod that's been developed for fishing at distance for bigger size carp. Because of the design of these rods, slightly shorter tips, you're casting more off the blank. So it's much easier to cast distances, and I fished at 65 metres today but could have easily fished 75 to 80. These rods come with 3 tips. There's an extra soft, a soft and a medium carbon quiver tip. The medium one is what I've used today for the distance fishing. Now the main thing that's different with these rods to the rest of our ranges is that the quiver tips are shorter. They're about 10 centimetres shorter than what the normal quiver tips that we sell with our other Acolyte type rods. Now this allows you to cast further and much easier because you're casting more off the blank of the rod. And of course, when you're carp fishing and fishing on commercials, a lot of the time the bites are very aggressive. And of course the tip also helps to hook the fish because it's slightly shorter. Also, when you're chucking distances and casting across to islands, you can flat cast a lot easier, so you can keep the method feeder quite low when it's going through the air. Once you hit the clip, it plops in without too much disturbance, so the pellets stay with the feeder. The oversized eyes on the rod help with casting. If you have the eyes too small, the line's got to travel and loop through the eyes, where the bigger size eyes allow you to cast much further. So it's easier to use heavier lines. When you're catching big carp, often these carp, they pull very hard and they make big lunges, and that's when you're in danger of getting broke or even the hook pulling out of the fish. This is where these rods work so well, because although they're tippy so you can cast a long way, there's also some action comes back down the rod as well to stop the fish breaking you and pulling out the hook during the fight. When the water's coloured like it is today at Harthill Reservoir, the best colour is always the chocolate orange wafter. And today I've used an 8mm on a bait spike with a size 10 hook, and this helps the actual wafter to anchor onto the pellet feeder. Because the water's quite shallow, the bites have just been incredible. They've literally towed the tip round, and it's just been a case of latching into the fish, and then that's where the fun starts. Today I've just caught 7 carp for about 80 to 90 pound. It's not very often that you get a chance to visit a venue where the fish are so big and such a fantastic standard. The fish that I've returned today, you'd be proud of in any single match that you fished, and I've really enjoyed this session. And it's really given me a chance to bend the rods and really see what these rods can do. What a place this is. I can't believe it's only 15 to 20 minutes from where I live and I've never actually been here. It is a proper jewel in the crown. Get yourself down here and catch some of these lovely carp.